Morning, folks. Brian here. Geomagnetic Earthwash, Sunday, January 19, 2025. We're going to cover a few areas on our planet. We're going to start off doing a heat check. New York, New Jersey area, we still have some either gas flaring or some flaring or detecting some magmatic related heat. Once again. I've already showed you a few examples in my last video. Let's pop on the other side of the country. Ooh. Look at this. So these paler red is from Landsat. These would indicate either one, smaller diameter fire, which they are not, two, gas flares, or three, detecting the heat from perhaps the flow of magma underneath, perhaps. I've already checked a number of these. There's even one right across the lake from where I live. Volcanic Lake. In fact, I can see this one outside my window, pretty much. Let's see if I have this one saved. Okay, no, I don't. So Okanagan Lake, British Columbia, we're surrounded by volcanoes. Mount Boucherie Volcano Complex, I'm sort of up here. And all these related mounds are all volcanic features related to Mount Boucherie. Across the lake, we have Knox Mountain Volcano, we have Dilworth Volcano, we have Black Mountain Volcano, we have Spinal Kop Volcano, etc., etc., surrounded by volcanoes. I've seen this pattern before working along the lake. Another area we need to take a look at. There's one more before we leave North America. Coastal Alabama. There's a few points here. There's no oil and gas platforms here, so it's not any flaring off of the flare stacks. Let's go on to the other side of the Pacific Ocean. Japan. Southern Japan. I've seen this a couple of times before. This is all heat. A lot of them follow the path of the river. I've saved so here's one example in the waters again. There's been so many earthquakes in Japan. Unfortunately, I think the last major one was right about this area here 2 days ago. There was also one just offshore from our heat. Speaking of our heat, a couple more areas. So again, it's following the path of the river. Now, step back, I'll show you where this one is. Southern Japan. This one has a history, folks. This one's new within the last few minutes, because a few minutes ago when I was here, this one wasn't here. This is why there's no information on it yet. This one. Let's see if I have this one saved. This one, folks, has a history. Kikei caldera. So 7,300 years ago, this was an undersea volcano eruption, the largest in recorded history. South coast of Japan. This one ejected 500 cubic kilometers of volcanic rock and ash. In comparison, the Tambora event of 1815 ejected only 41 cubic kilometers. The 1883 Krakatoa ejected only 21 cubic kilometers. This one, 7,300 years ago, as I just said, ejected 500 cubic kilometers, the largest one. So when we're talking about the passing of our celestial sister cell, planet X, whatever you want to call it, every 3,600 years, you can go back in Earth's geological history, simply keep on adding 3,600 or 3,657 years, and you will find a catastrophic event, sudden climatic shifts, changes, mass flooding, large volcanic eruptions, etc. It's interesting, huh? So our last major earthquake was around here. One just offshore right here. Obviously, we have a lot of magma intrusion underneath southern Japan, heating the waters up, the river systems, and Kikei volcano. Let's go check our low pressure systems. Western coast of Australia. I'll just go to someone else. This is a current, so our pressure tomorrow we're tracking offshore here. The next day, looks like we're moving away, and then rebounding, coming back to towards Perth. Doesn't go that far. Another observation, remember my report about the Azores on one of their volcanic islands, very shallow earthquake, right as a low pressure system passes over. So here is our earthquake right here. Let's go forward the next few hours. So northern England. Ireland first. This is going to change moving into New Zealand. That's Friday coming up. Another thing, so tsunami buoy on average once or twice a week in the Gulf of Alaska. This one goes into event mode. This time, it's a 2-meter rise of the ocean floor. So just under 3,725 meters, going up to close to 3,727. So almost a 2-meter rise. Again, since our buoys are anchored to the ocean floor, if there's any movement of the ocean floor, that will put the buoy into event mode. This is a reoccurring situation here, like I said, once or twice a week. Before I leave you, I understand Argentina has a wildfire situation as well, obviously. And this is pretty much the most I've ever seen. You notice most of them in the valley areas where the crust would be thinner. Okay, I'll be back.